usual suspects in there. Hermanjot Kabra also, after his move to Kerala Blasters, continues to wear the number 10. He will be playing in midfield instead of right back, where he has been seen so many times for Bengaluru. But about the balance, about that first look, about that first feeling that this Yellow Army can generate so much interest back home. Of course, the Indian Navy, that victory was followed up by wins for Army Red and Army Green. One of them which came yesterday. And they will have watched that. They will have watched what kind of threat the likes of Shreyas, a willing runner up front, can do. Bhaskar Roy and Jessel, who's been given the captain's armband. The left back who shot onto the main stage a couple of seasons ago as a brilliant left back with excellent delivery. But in terms of entertainment value, in terms of individual skill, in terms of sheer game changers, and there are so many players on the pitch this afternoon. Ishfaq Ahmed also travelling with the team, continues to keep his place in the technical area. Surely will have had a say in terms of the Indian teams and what kind of a challenge they can produce for Kerala Blasters as the rain thickens. And no fans so far, and so many people asking on social media whether they will ever be allowed in the Durand Cup, but talks on that are still ongoing. Nothing confirmed about the semi-finals and finals in terms of whether fans can be allowed into the stadium. If that happens, that is great news, but we must remember the pandemic has gone nowhere. So maintain the safety standards that you all have been over the past few months. And Dalraj leading the team huddle. And goal line clearances and last minute tackles and a winner. All of that for the number 4. Mighty impressed those who've watched the Durand Cup by the way the Indian Navy did perform, trying to keep the ball on the ground and create those triangles and create decent combinations. And about those combinations, there will be an expectation from the likes of Prashant and Rahul, Luna and Saitisen, quick players up front. Cheekson and Sipovic with the height and power in the air. That'll be a challenge for Bhaskar Roy, who will be on his toes for most of the game. In case you're wondering about the bench, Sahalo Chencho on that as well for Kerala Blasters, but there are the likes of Sanjeev Stalin and Denimite. And of course, Hormipam, who's also made his switch into the first team, the number 4. Lots expected from him as well. Rahul KP knows all about what this kind of a tournament can do to a player's career. Shot on to the limelight when he performed so well in the Super Cup. This, of course, is the first time the Blasters will be playing the Durand Cup, and may we hope that it is not the last time. Off we go then. Kerala Blasters straight down the right. You can see the ball is leaving a trail. It is a wet pitch, slick. Could be a defender's nightmare, could be a fullback's dream when it comes to sliding challenges. Certainly the goalkeepers won't feel very good about that. Football is a sport that continues to be played. Hail or storm. And it is absolutely pouring in Kolkata. And that is the forecast for the upcoming week as well, so the players better get used to it. Haku chosen to partner Sipovic. Excellent intent though from Vukomanovic in putting out this team. That is what you want to see. Saw FC Goa put out a very solid lineup as well, representatives of the ISL. And Navjot, now with the clearance, he had a great outing against Delhi. Jessel on the overlap, of course, not the first time I'll be saying that. Jackson. Luna looking for the flick. Of course, an attacking midfielder, busy, always bustling, trying to create those interchanges with the front three. A very interesting group, this. Bengaluru also involved. They will be in action on the 15th against the Kerala Blasters. And it would still be folly to write off Delhi, who've also brought a star-studded team to Kolkata for the Durand Cup despite their initial setback. Well, word does spread about this game. You know, on the way here, there were discussions even among the armed forces who've been organizing and taking care of the entire tournament as to what Indian Navy can do against a well-known team like Kerala Blasters. Pintu Matha played for both Mohun Bagan and East Bengal. Now turning out for the Navy. So many trials in the history of Kerala Blasters, so many ups and downs. It's a highly entertaining following. If you are a fan, the team puts you through a range of emotions. It is that consistency that has eluded them, that they are in search for. It is elusive, consistency in sport. It can start here. Finding it tough to break down in a Navy. We saw that happen with Delhi FC as well. Eventually they had to go long and direct. Kind of suited them, so it seemed, because that is the style they prefer. For Kerala Blasters, they might want to play a more patient, probing, passing game. Excellent tackle coming from behind. Prashant just doing his defensive duty very well. Sarabjit, who came on as a sub in the first half itself for Indian Navy, the number 7 in the middle of the park, combative, gets stuck in. And you can listen to the ambience of rain. Rahul almost collecting and making something of it. So, welcome to India, Mr. Vukomanovic. This is how it rains and pours in this country. Same can be said for Luna, who's on the pitch. Played for Uruguay, under 17 and under 20. Memorable spells in Mexico. A winner of a double in the A-League last season. And here's some confusion. A flick on from Rahul. Defenders managed to clear that away. Collected by Pintu. Whoever's going to collect the ball will have to make sure they release it soon. Ball will be heavy. Grass won't help. Bounce will be wayward. These are the challenges of playing in conditions like this. major following, major discussions from fans and pundits during the transfer window as to which players the Blasters need to plug the gaps. They will be hoping that they've plugged most of them. Haku, I think there was just a twist, right ankle, when he made that clearance and he immediately went down. And there is reason enough to believe that might have slipped as well. You know, when a twist of the ankle begins, it can go all the way and down the leg. Here's a chance for Brito. Brave attempt, and why not in the rain? Albino Gomez probably had that covered. I saw him take a few punts from that kind of distance and that kind of an angle in the previous game as well. Didn't get a lot of joy, but slowly grew into that one against Delhi. Khabra. Brito over the top. There will be a few hopeful long balls, probably even encouraged. And given the uneven bounce and the skid. Decent turn from Jeekson. Jessel into the channel for Rahul. Well, word all the way from Holland as well, former head coach of Kerala Blasters, Elko Shatori, just letting us know that he will be following and trying to watch Kerala Blasters well, word Well, word We'll be hoping to keep that going. Jamshedpur straight from the off and in the attack using Vikash. A shot comes in as well. Again, and now it's opened up and it's just gone wide. Another cross comes in. And this time the header goes through as well. Number 7 did start in the previous game, so there are a few pairs of fresh legs out there on the pitch compared to Jamshedpur's reserve side. From Mete, just mentioning how every game has had a goal and a result, and almost Kima's first touch just slightly heavy. Vishal Yadav had come out off his line in a jiffy, but great ball in, excellent weight and elevation. Kima probably just underestimating the area of the fact that Army Green can really string some passes together. They've also got that wicked delivery from Vibin. Excellent footwork, but just overran it a little bit. The way they came back in the second half. There's another cross, Vishal Yadav. A lovely turn, of course, from Nikhil, who's played it forward to Ruat Moya, who did get a goal. The keeper had to come out quickly. This time it could open up for Mete. It does well to keep it in play. Bayong. Good ball in. The number 15 continues to pair up with Subhash. Two centre-backs for Army Green. Of course, yesterday Army Red, Advait already has an assist. Has got that ability to thread a through ball. Sapabha. Ruat Moya. By the time the ball was won off him. Loose pass from Bayong, well recovered by Jitu. Yeah, it's just impact. Sachin Chetri, the wonderfully named player who's starting today. One of the changes. Deep Majumdar also comes in. Players like Lepcha make up a few more yards and ask his teammates to offer him more options. Wasted possession in the final third that year. Chickson just escapes him. Kabra steps in. Once again, it's going to be a battle between those two. Kabra versus Sarabjit. This time he smiles about it, but he didn't really... he's just got one back. This is going to be a tasty battle. Hopefully it doesn't end up with an injury for either of the players. Hopefully no malice in there. 1-1 in terms of bad tackles for each. Hopefully they bury it at that. And of course, on the football pitch, that never happens. Little tussles and battles, which make for such good viewing, of course, from afar. Wouldn't want to be at the receiving end of one of those tackles. Luna, whose influence on the game has just petered away these past 15 minutes since that flurry of chances, but still been one of the brightest players when he starts his movement inside the box and towards it. Lights drifting all over, which is why his teammates have found it difficult sometimes to pick him out, but that's the kind of movement that has caught him up till here in his career. I wonder what Vukmanovic will tell his players at half-time. It's very clear to see that all that lacks sometimes is the finish. There is a certain momentum that builds with those chances created, and that momentum dies down when those chances are not finished. Bhaskar Roy, they will be wondering how it's still 0-0. Pradesh's throw. Moved on. Should be one back with ease. It's just that pass into the opposition half that hasn't really worked out for Indian Navy. At least not like their last outing. I wonder whether the Blasters will also take a risk in the second half to push their defensive line slightly higher.
Come here, Adrian, go there. Raul, there. Raul, there. Adrian, little bit here. With him, okay? He's coming. There.
I followed everything Ishfaq from a long time at Kerala Blasters. Different teams and different players rebuilding again and again. Brito, Hari Krishna. Sarabjit. Pradesh. Gets a ball in. Cleared away by Sandeep, and that shot is the last bit of play in this half. A half of half chances and some clear-cut ones. And so many opportunities for Luna to get his debut goal, but some luck and some decent defending and some wasteful finishing means as the players go into the break, it's Kerala Blasters 0, Indian Navy 0. And when we come back, can Kerala Blasters get a breakthrough, or will Indian Navy continue to make it difficult for them?
গল্প নয় রে, সত্যি ঘটনা। আমাদের দেশে তখন দাঙ্গা শুরু হয়ে গেছে।
হাই, আমি রম।
কুনাল রয়।
ইশিকা শর্মা।
তৃষা, তোমার আজ খুব সুন্দর দেখাচ্ছে।
আজকের পরে কিছু চেঞ্জ হয়ে যাবে না তো আমাদের মধ্যে?
হ্যাঁ স্যার, কাল রাতে একটা অ্যাক্সিডেন্ট হয়েছে।
There are 4 more murders, sir.
How come I don't know about these cases, sir?
আমার একটা বন্দুক লাগবে।
বন্দুক নিয়ে আপনি কি করবেন?
To the second half, it is 0-0 between Kerala Blasters and Indian Navy. Chance after chance for the Blasters to get that first goal. Chance after chance for Luna, their debutant, and new signing to get that first goal. But it hasn't really worked out. They've come so close on so many occasions. It's either the woodwork or the keeper or a last-ditch challenge or a finish that was just wayward that has thwarted them. As for the Indian Navy, no major chances for them, but they are a close-knit bunch. They are disciplined when it comes to their midfield and defensive movement. Dilraj, of course, leading from the back. And early change that was required for the Blasters after Haku went off injured, which means Rui Vahormipam came on in centre-back. New man in the dugout, Vukomanovic. What Kerala Blasters fans would give to know what he's thinking right now.
Be ready now, be ready, be ready. Hold on now. Go, Prasad! Go!
And Bhaskar Roy, the goalkeeper for Indian Navy, has had an eventful first half. Well done by Nihal to keep it in play. Almost spoke too soon. He thought so soon. No changes at half-time from either of the head coaches, Mr. Nair and Mr. Vukomanovic. Both waiting to see what these first few minutes offer. Wasteful throw in from Navjot. A decent battle between Harmanjot Kabra and Sarabjit as well. Rahul. Straight to Bhaskar this time from his weak foot. Could have taken some time and shifted it back to his right, but went for the quick ball. Pradesh. It is down the right where Kerala Blasters have caused the most problems to Indian Navy, using Prashant and his speed and skill. And there was that one cross from the left wing from Setya Sen, which Luna headed on to the post. Kabra, referee in the way, would have stopped it, but plays advantage. Was very close to him anyway. Chose not to stop play for the drop ball, which would have been a mere formality. Sipovic and making his debut as well from the switch from Chennai in. Hormipam looking for that pass for Prashant once more, who's been one of the primary outlets down the wings. Shreyas looking to sprint away, but he's been kept very quiet. A shadow of himself from the performance against Delhi FC, where he was such a live wire. Luna. Rahul. Still in possession of that. Luna once more. Jessel. Into the feet of Luna. A dink inside the boxes towards Rahul. Setya Sen is waiting. Here comes a cross, but no one's at the far post putting any kind of pressure on Pradesh.
Position, Ace! Position! Position, wait! Leave it! No, Prashant, no, wait! 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 Ready, Setya! Wait, Setya, wait, Setya, wait! Second ball! Come on!
Rahul looking for the 1-2. Luna seen his run, but so did Novin Gurung. Decent defending, excellent interception, and now Pintu Mata. It's almost 4-on-4. Jeekson is adding a 5th yellow shirt, trudging behind. Now Nihal, he's got 3 in the box to aim at. Goes towards the edge for Brito. Brito with a slightly heavy touch. Sarabjit has just gone on to the left. And here comes the cross in. Shreyas was interested. So was Albino. Albino being the goalkeeper. Quickly gathers that up. Jessel. Kabra. At the receiving end this time. And just threw himself into his back, Hare Krishna. Clumsy indeed.
अंदर जा जैसा अंदर जा और अंदर जा और डोंट वेट फॉर बॉल बैक जैक्सन
Brito. Harmipam does well, just waits until he saw enough of the ball and got it clear. Came on in the 10th minute after Haku went off. I saw Harmipam play a couple of years ago for Indian Arrows at the Tilak Maidan, where they were playing their first game, and a new bunch of recruits were all making their debuts. Quite a few of those players have made decent moves to clubs in the ISL and the I-League. Jessel, captain on the evening. Luna forcing Sarabjit, had already made a dive. He's going to go into the book for that. Trailing leg knew exactly what's up. The first time that the referee has to pull out a yellow card in this game. After all those chances from open play, maybe Kerala Blasters will find some joy from this set piece. Luna standing over it, brought to the club to create, to score. I could do one of those from here. Lofts it. Roy's gone up for it, gets enough of his glove.
Wait. Leave Raul, come on. Come on now, faster, play it Raul.
Jessel. Dalraj's clearance. Jessel, of course, started 2 pre-season games as well. He's quite brilliant in the 2019-20 season, getting 5 assists in that term. Bit of a late bloomer in terms of his career as a fullback, but he's making the most of it. Luna, this time a lot more pace than height on it. A very clean player, Jessel as well, not a single booking last term. Sipovic. Jackson spreading it out wide. Luna's waiting. Likes to drift into the left channel. Haven't really seen him do the same on the other side. And Luna goes for the shot. Good fall to Rahul KP, who was offside. And in any case, that wouldn't have counted. Ooh, now that very close decision, of course. There was a hint of handball. So Rahul is also saying there was a handball more than it was an offside. Navjot shrugged away by Sethi Sen, but referee doesn't like it. Sethi Sen doesn't like the decision. They both just will have to agree to disagree on that phase of play. So free kick given. The likes of Dalraj will fancy themselves if he can get at the end of this one. Solid header of the ball. Sent in. It's a good looking delivery as well. Sipovic, tallest on the pitch. Easy clearance. Setya takes it quickly. Luna. Jackson. Sandeep. Sandeep one way, then the other almost found some room on the channel. Very well played though. Novin Gurung saw that pass and quickly cut it off. Sarbjeet. It'll be very, very impressive if Indian Navy get anything from this game. Just cementing their credentials as one of the better teams from the armed forces. Already got their 3 points, opened the account as the first team from the armed forces to actually get a victory in this edition of the Duran Cup. Jessel. Sarbjeet getting stuck in.
Press, press, press!
Pinto. Can play down the wings as well, but primarily used as a number 10 in this formation. That Nair prefers for the Indian Navy, the head coach of the side. Nihal. Hormatam through the lines of midfield. Luna immediately brought down. Easily turned his man. Hari Krishna knows exactly what he was doing and straight into the box. Prashant once more. Novin, who's done so well. Partnering Dalraj, of course, has played for Shillong Lajong and Real Kashmir. Corner comes in. Sandeep had gone up for it. Put clear by Brito. Shreyas is chasing. For the first time, he's found himself with the ball inside the box. Tried an impressive trick which didn't come off, but the ball has fallen kindly to him. There's Nihal. Finally, Kerala Blasters clear their lines. So a couple of changes now coming up. One of them is Shrikutan and the other is Ayush Adhikari. Cheekson is going off. Of course, the other change, Rahul KP is out for Shrikutan, who's going to get his chance. Brave changes from Vukomanovic. Number 33, Shrikutan, usually does play right wing. Coming on the back of an impressive season for the reserve team in the Kerala Premier League season. Top scorer, Luna. Shrikutan now inside the box and almost his eyes must have lit up. Bhaskar Roy had seen the chance and the only angle and the only window for Luna to cross into. There was cover from Dalraj, but Shrikutan had to continue waiting. Now a chance for him. This time it's a sharp angle. Still 0-0 past the hour mark. Luna. And now Brito. And Shreyas is making a run. Brito's got to pick out that pass quickly. Shreyas with a chance to score, and Albino's touch, and then it's just blazed over. What a phase of play. And what an opportunity for Indian Navy to get a goal that would have been a massive surprise. And how did Pintu Mata hit it over? And Shreyas' connection there. The one time that he gets to shoot, both the players, this is terribly wasteful from the team in white. It could have been a goal that would have sparked some more life into this game, and would have really tested Kerala Blasters and their fortitude. What an opportunity. And attackers at both ends of the pitch now can blame themselves for missing chances and open nets. Cabra, and the game goes on. Kerala Blasters heave a sigh of relief. Saitya, straight to Bhaskar Roy once more. Cabra, Jessel, Kerala Blasters just composing themselves after Indian Navy almost exploited the gap between their two centre-backs. Prashant keeps going inwards, creating some room on the right channel for Sandeep to run into. Now they've gone left for Jessel. Jessel has looked into the box. It's a decent looking ball as well, evades everybody, including Dalraj, including Luna. And a harmless goal kick in the end. Great ball forward though. Just through the legs of Luna. I've seen enough from his captain today, Vukomanovic, in terms of impressive play down the left wing. Now Pinto, he's going to play that replay in his mind again and again and again. What a big chance for Indian Navy to nose ahead in unlikely fashion. Sandeep's ball forward. And Novin Gurung has been impressive, the former Lajong player. A couple of decent interceptions and clearances. One really good tackle inside the box. I did expect more from Shreyas though when Indian Navy did break forward. Just kind of separates good strikers from the better ones, and chances like that fall to you. Of course, one chance does not define a player. It can define a game though, it can define a result. Ayush over the top. Shrikutan. Ayush, the two subs passing the ball to each other. One has slotted into midfield with ease, and the other up top. And now down the right side is Nihal. He's got a few tricks and some pace to burn. Sent in towards the far post. Shreyas may just be able to keep it in. It's going to be a corner then. Albino, who's had a busier second half, just the one major stop in the first half when Shreyas tested him from 25 yards out. The test that he put forth from inside the box was not as impressive. Hari Krishna with the delivery. And Dalraj with the header. It's just gone wide, not enough pace on the ball for him to make anything of it. Oh, Luna, lovely leave. This could open up. Prashant through towards Shrikutan. Was he pulled down? He was by Dalraj. And when you look at that, there might not be any doubts about the decision. In fact, he'll probably think that he's lucky enough to stay on the pitch. Of course, we need a closer look. He's pointing to the turf. What about his hands? Was there too much in it? Was clumsy, threw himself into the attacker's feet. And not as innocent as he seems. When you make that kind of a challenge inside the box, sometimes you leave the referee absolutely no option. Whether it was a slip or a clip or a pull. And Dalraj has produced a moment that could change the game. Shrikutan just getting ahead of him. And maybe because it was clumsy and not one where he lunged in, maybe that's why the referee has not shown another colour. And so, after hitting the post, and so after drawing out a couple of saves from Bhaskar, Luna is placing the ball on the spot. And the 29-year-old who wants to open his account for his new team in India. Now, Bhaskar Roy has got help from the woodwork in the past. He's made a few good saves as well. There were moments against Delhi, there were moments against the Blasters. And now in a one-on-one situation against the Blasters, his latest acquisition. And Luna scores! And that's his first, and Kerala Blasters finally have the breakthrough. It took 70 minutes and a penalty decision. But Vukomanovic and his staff can be happy about the fact that they've just nudged ahead. And Luna, he's finally got that first goal chalked off in this new Indian adventure. Smashed high. And as soon as he connected, Bhaskar Roy knew the ball would soar above him and hit the back of the net with a plomb. So 1-0, and we finally have a goal in this game. No nil-nils yet in the Duran Cup. And no draws. Only winners, only goals. And time for a change. Bibek Thapa is going to be coming on shortly for the Navy. Luna, this time playing Shrikutan, who won the penalty. He's up against Dalraj once again. And this time the challenge is solid.
Come on, guys, come on. Hey, Prashant.
There's a change. Pintu Mata is coming off. Ayush Adhikari in charge of corners since he's come on. Given the number 8, lofted towards the far post, nodded back in, but Bhaskar Roy was aware. And there were a few moments in the second half when Indian Navy went forward and actually managed to get some attacking combinations going. That hasn't happened. They must not get deflated by conceding first. Came from behind against Delhi as well. They didn't get flustered, but they had a lot more time in that game. They have only 17 odd minutes and added time in this one. Luna looking for the run of Shrikutan, who's been very willing in the way he's gone forward. Nihal ineffective down the right. Still worth having a player with his pace and trickery on the ground. Luna thought that Bhaskar Roy may be off his line, didn't get the elevation. And that would have been absolutely spectacular if it had worked out. Dalraj, nice pass straight into the feet of Shreyas. Hari Krishna spreads it, and Pradesh, the left back, taking on Prashant. Navjot lining up across. It's a good looking ball as well. Just couldn't get there in time. Just a little bit too much power in the end. Very difficult for Prito. Almost got that right touch. I wonder why Prito didn't take that in his stride. Probably thought that a challenge was incoming. And now Indian Navy are pushing more bodies forward. Now the high press has been triggered, and they're winning the ball back much more efficiently, much more fluently. Shreyas could play on the turn and does well to leave it for Sarabjit. I didn't really know whether that pass was for him or out wide for Nihal. A bit of half and half. In the end, nobody gets there. Jessel over the top. Pradesh. And where were these overlapping runs in the first half? Probably the Indian Navy also slightly intimidated and by the fact that they were facing Kerala Blasters. It does happen. Psychological effects on sport are not uncommon. Now after conceding that first goal, they've had to be more brave. They have to find a way out. Novin. Pradesh. Much better from the full-back. Manages to get a ball in as well. Albino's nowhere. And wow, it's hit that post. It's the same post that Luna hit in the first half. And once again, this time it helps out Albino. Now, sometimes sport can throw such unusual things at you that it's hard to believe. But ask both goalkeepers, and I think they must kiss the post before, after full time. Great ball in from Pradesh. Excellent header as well. Hari Krishna, who just coasted past Sipovic and behind him. Has completely changed, hasn't it? And the minute Indian Navy start pushing like this, Nihal this time. Oh, there was an easy pass available. Just had to slip the ball through, but I saw Shreyas inside the box and probably got a tad too excited. Pradesh. Navjot. Sent in again with a lot of power. Albino called into action. Prashanth. Plays it forward for Luna. Luna seen the run of Shrikutan. Probably just going to slow it down a bit. The tempo that the Indian Navy are now imposing on the game. Not really suiting Kerala Blasters. And of course, game management is also part of the sport, and that is what they'll have to do. Unless they can get one more and put some daylight between themselves and Indian Navy. Once again proven to be a very good team indeed. Shrikutan somehow manages to stay in possession. Kabra. Luna. A space out wide where Prashanth is waiting. Prashanth one way, then the other. Couldn't really catch the ball properly. And now Sarabjit. Nihal. Space down the left for Brito. Brito almost sold a step over to Sandeep. Pulled out of buying it at the last moment. Pradesh's ball in. Clearance from Hormipam. And set this end into the last 10 minutes of this exciting, intriguing encounter. Kerala Blasters' first time in the Duran Cup. Vinci will come on. Vinci Barreto, who plays on either wing, still just 21. And of course, had that breakout season. Maybe Prashanth, his game time in this fixture is up. And so Vinci Barreto, and Gokulam Kerala's breakout star in the year they won the I-League. Pardon me, in the year they won the title, yes. And of course, Goan boy, has decent pedigree with Dempo and FC Goa reserves. Along with him, Putia. So Adrian Luna, after getting his debut goal from the penalty spot, also makes way. Kollring or Putia comes on for him, of course. Can play in midfield, but slightly deeper than Luna. Has experience with Northeast United. And of course, Azol has managed to continue staying at the club. Also managed to get a positional change from wing to a more central position a couple of times. Vukomanovic has used him alongside Cabra in midfield, so it's going to be interesting how the youngster and his career and his position is changed and what effect it has on Kerala Blasters and him individually. Cabra just stuck a leg out. Hari Krishna was steaming into him. Had eyes on the ball though. No intent there. And so into the 85th minute. Indian Navy had to score the winner in the 86th minute against Delhi. That one came from a corner. If nothing, it will give them the belief that they can still find something from this game. Sarabjit. Vivek Thapa plays it back to Novin. Novin over the top. Cleared away by Hormipam. Dalraj, who got the winner against Delhi. Almost managed a good turn there, Nihal. Nihal once again. Sipovic, that is easy for him. Good looking ball in again, but comfortable in the end from Albino. That's a good ball. Shrikutan. He's good with his direct running like that. Up against Dalraj. Second time. The centre back gets the better of him. Ayush Adhikari from distance. Blocked away very quickly. Pradesh does well to keep possession and move it on. In steps Hormipam. And now Vinci. Brito. Yeah, supporting run on the overlap. Brito goes on his own. Brito can unleash. It's low and hard, but it's wide. Jessel had to get something on that. Navjot. A proper battle out there now. And it'll be a free kick in favour of Indian Navy. Shrikutan giving away the foul. He'll be hoping it's not an expensive one. Haven't had a draw yet in the Durand Cup. Started on the 5th, 1 week today. So Hari Krishna sends the ball into a great area. Sipovic with a decent header out. Ayush, and does well to get past Sarabjit. Ayush Adhikari now. And the sliding challenge came in from Novin Gurung, clean as a whistle. Dalraj, Nihal. 3 players making their way inside the Blasters' box and continue to stay there. Over the top, this is a great ball forward. And in by Hari Krishna towards the far post. Here comes the header. Still a chance open, and how has that stayed out? And Indian Navy cannot blame anybody but themselves for not making the most of that chance. And Shreyas, that has to be struck. That has to trouble the keeper. And I know this is said again and again, it's not as easy as saying it, but that has to ripple the back of the net. The Kerala Blasters need to contend with that kind of crossing. Tougher opponents coming up. And of course, this is their first appearance in the Durand Cup, so there is a slight rustiness. They have been very, very vulnerable to that cross. This is much better. And now Sandeep on the overlap. Shrikutan's waiting. Wow. What a save that is. Once again in the way. Navjot this time. Shrikutan thinking that he's just got to touch that, which he did. And even before he could look away, that's a great stop. There has to be a firmer connection from the number 33. 3 minutes added on then. Meanwhile, Vijay has come on for Brito. Putia. Now Kabra plays it back. Sandeep sends it right into it. Shrikutan once again. Navjot wins that header. Falls to Saitya. Navjot, fresh from a goal line clearance. Into the final minute of added time, Kerala Blasters with a narrow 1-0 lead. Luna, of course, with the penalty. That is still the difference between the two sides. Blasters with chance after chance in the first 45. Indian Navy producing a flurry of their own clear chances. Shreyas culpable of missing a few of those. But Pintu Mata with an open goal, gaping at him, also missed from a slightly sharp angle. Pradesh, they need to get the ball into the box as soon as possible. Pradesh accelerating. Kabra's challenge, lunged in. Will get a card as well for that. And that is why. And one last throw of the dice then from Indian Navy. Could be the only chance. The Kerala Blasters have to defend this. Indian Navy with 3 points already after beating Delhi. There was a late winner in that one. All the big men up top. Not that they have too many, but the likes of Shreyas and Dalraj can be very decent in air. Dalraj at the far post. Hari Krishna delivers. Nothing comes off that. Sarbjeet goes past Ayush Adhikari. Stopped in his tracks by Putia momentarily. Good fall to Shreyas, who's taken a shot blocked by Sipovic. Falls to Vijay. His ball in was towards Dalraj, but the other number 4, Hormipam, got there first, and that is that. Kerala Blasters have opened their account in the Durand Cup. In their first ever match of this historic tournament, they have 3 points, beating a very tough side and overcoming a few obstacles on their road to do so. Of course, Bengaluru and Delhi are still coming up for them. They will next be in action against another ISL side on the 15th in a much anticipated game. And then, of course, on the last day of this group's fixtures, it'll be Delhi against Kerala Blasters. For Indian Navy, they know that these 0 points could have easily been 3 more. They are now level on points with the Blasters in Group C. But as it ends after 90 minutes, it's Kerala Blasters 1, Indian Navy 0. Stick around for the highlights. So Kerala Blasters have opened their account in the Durand Cup with a 1-0 victory over the Indian Navy. Tomorrow's 3 p.m. fixture is Assam Rifles against another team from the ISL in Hyderabad. That one is live from the Mohan Bagan Maidan. Thank you for watching today and have a great weekend.